Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford, Paddock. You can tell we've won a game today because I'm smiling. He's smiling. Is he smiling?
He's smiling.
Yeah, he's smiling. United have won 4-1 against Newcastle United. It didn't look like it was going to be a win until the last 5-10 minutes when we scored 3 goals between the 85th and 95th minutes. But it was job just done. Joe, what did you make of that today?
This is when shit pundits say it wasn't vintage United. They're like, well, 4-1's 4-1, innit? Like you said, it was 1-1 up until way too close to the end of the match. But 4-1's 4-1, and by the end it was comfortable. And we had a few, for the first time this season, we actually had some players that had standout good performances, rather than just, I know they got their early goal and there was a bit of luck to the finishing end. I say a bit of luck, a massive slice of luck, the huge deflection off Luke Shaw for it to go in the back of the net. Other than that, we controlled the game. They looked a bit dangerous, but really, when you think about, you're away to Newcastle, a side that's got some good players, a side that's had some decent results this season. We dominated almost all of that game. It was a much better performance than we saw against Brighton, than we saw against Crystal Palace. And whilst the result looked a bit up in the air for a long time, actually take away the fact that they got that early lucky goal, we controlled the game. We had so many shots, I think 28 shots, 24 shots, something ridiculous. It was a decent performance from United tonight, and they were holding on to a goal lead, or a goal that they scored early on, which was a draw for most of the match. But really, we controlled the game, we made loads of chances, and we deservedly won by multiple goals in the end.
Were you worried when we didn't score that penalty? Bruno missed it, and it did feel like it was going to be one of them days, didn't it?
It did. It did feel like it was going to be one of them days, and especially when he's been so good and he's scored every penalty so far. But he made up for it. Obviously, he got his goal, which was our goal of the season so far, and one of the best goals we've scored since the last goal he scored on the break. It was against Brighton last season, wasn't it? Equal with that kind of level of goal. The finish was incredible. Great run from I think it was Rashford, wasn't it, who played him through. Good pass from Donny. Yeah, excellent goal. But when he missed the penalty, I was thinking it's going to be one of them days, isn't it? Especially because we've seen such difficult games so far this season. But in the end, it was just spurred them on a little bit, and they played well.
You mentioned Donny van der Beek there. I thought him and Paul Pogba had a huge impact in the way the game, not in United dominating the game, because I felt we dominated possession, but just having that killer pass.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the thing. Do you know last season when we were in all these semi-finals, especially the Sevilla game, we were doing the watch-along, and a lot of the comments, and even amongst ourselves, we were saying, we need to change it. It's gone stale. We're not playing very well. Where's the subs? And you look on the bench, and it's, I don't want to name names because I don't want to be insulting, but it just was a bit like, oh, well, does this even improve the current team? But you look on the bench today, you've got Pogba, Van der Beek, Matic, all the players on there who can bring, but just those three, that's a world-class midfield that you can bring on. And we did bring all three of those on today. And it's no wonder they changed the game around. Paul Pogba's been very poor this season so far, so I'm not surprised he didn't start. But when you come on and you change the game like that, now you might see Paul Pogba start against Paris because he looked really good. And same with Van der Beek. Every time he comes on, he puts in a case for him to start the next game. And so far, he hasn't had that in the league. But yeah, it's great having good players on the bench, and we need more of that. We need it so that when our best players are playing, we've still got excellent players to come off the bench. And, Van der Beek was a sort of a piece of that puzzle in terms of a good squad rather than just a good team. But we saw it today. Paul Pogba coming on after 65 minutes, 70 minutes. That's going to make you better, innit?
And that's without Marshall, Cavani, Greenwood. We scored 4 goals today. That's got to be something to fill you with confidence, right?
Yeah, definitely. And also Tellers as well, who is a great threat going forward for everything, from everything we've heard from Portugal. But yeah, the likes of Cavani, who's one of the best strikers in the world, or has been one of the best strikers in the world. Obviously, he's a bit, toward the end of his career, but it was good that we made chances. We missed too many chances again. We missed the penalty, which was stunning to all of us. But the fact that we kept our foot on the pedal as well, they pushed on us toward the end of the game. And usually in those positions, especially when we've had bad spells of form, we sit back, ball in the box, and eventually they score. But tonight, we just didn't allow it. We went 2-1 up, we didn't sit back, we kept going, and then we obviously got the final 2 goals toward the end of the game. But that's what you want to see when you go up. We didn't show the signs of a team that was scared. We showed the signs of a team that was ready to get the 3rd and the 4th, and that was the most pleasing thing for me tonight. We seemed to have a bit of mental strength that almost came out of nowhere after the first few games this season.
Yeah, and we had obviously it's good to get goal contributions from Bruno, from Rashford. You kind of expect it there, and I thought Rashford definitely looked more lively today. He looked more like his old self. Obviously took his goal fantastically well, but We had goals from defenders. Wan-Bissaka, great strike. Maguire, huge goal for him, and you could see that lifted a bit of pressure off his shoulders.
Massive goal, that. Especially the timing and the scoreline as well. 1-0 down. Your captain, who a lot of people had said shouldn't have started, and a lot of people have been giving criticism to quite fairly. He's not been good this season. But to rise in the box, especially something that we've criticised him for a lot since he's joined United, that he's meant to be so good in the air, and he's not really done it.
He gets to a lot of them, though, and doesn't score.
Exactly. His sort of heading percentage is great. His accuracy wasn't so good. He got the goal against Chelsea, which was another massive goal last season. But tonight, the game to score as well. People didn't think he'd even start because he was poor for England, got sent off. He's been poor for United. But to start, to play well throughout, I thought, and to get the goal that got us back in the game, massive performance from Maguire. Maybe his most, not necessarily best, but his most important game as captain so far at United.
It can be the kind of one that just changes the momentum for him, doesn't it? Now, a dreadful game against PSG, and it's all on Phil's again, but it's a start for him. Who stood out for you the most today?
Mata looked really good, and he always stands out because as soon as he's on the ball, you can tell it's him. He's got the different stature, a different style. He's got that sort of shuffling, running style. So he's not one of those where you go, who's that? You know straight away it's Mata. So every time he has it, you know it's him. Bruno was excellent. He was making chances in open play. He missed the penalty, but he scored. I mean, he scored 2 goals. One of them was ruled off.
That goal he scored as well, like the finish on that, like the finish on both of his goals.
Similar finish. Right in the top corner, right in the fucking in the joint there, at the top corner, both of them.
What is it? The postage stamp.
The postage stamp on that one, yeah. But yeah, the best thing for me about his performance was he gets this criticism of, oh, it's set pieces, it's this, it's that, which I don't even see as a valid criticism anyway, because if you were so good, you'd be taking penalties instead of him. So it proves how good he is, the fact that he
never said that about Shearer.
No, it's ridiculous. But he didn't have to do that tonight. He proved his doubters wrong. He got an assist, he got a goal, like he does every week, it seems like. Even when he's not playing well, he gets an assist and a goal. But I thought his play outside of those assists and goals was good again today. Him and Matt really impressed me. And again, honourable mention to Harry Maguire. So much pressure on his shoulders. He's had such a shit time of the last few months since the return from lockdown. He's not been at his best, and it sort of culminated in the England sending off the other day. But to play how he did today and to get that goal, it shows good management by Solskjaer on a managerial level. Like, he's managed his player and thought, is it best to play him or to drop him? He played him, and brilliant confidence, and shows some good mental strength from Maguire to get that goal, because I bet he went for that ball just a little bit more because of what's happened this week. So yeah, brilliant from him.
PSG up next, you worried?
Less worried than I was before this game. Obviously PSG are good, aren't they? So you've got to be concerned a little bit, but
not the answer I was looking for, Joe.
But
PSG up next, are you worried?
No, of course not. We'll batter him.
It's more like it. Guys, get your comments in the comments below. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Join if you want as well. Here's Joe, I'm Adam. Ta-ra.